Peer-to-peer lending is a fantastic way to boost the interest that you can receive on your money. With a bank you might earn 1 to 1.5% perhaps, but let's be honest, this is very insulting to us lenders.
But with peer-to-peer lending in a platform such as LendingWorks, you can earn 6.5%. While it must be acknowledged that an investment with LendingWorks is riskier than a bank deposit, it gives us investors a lifeline from the pathetic interest rates offered by the banks.
In this video, we're going to review LendingWorks and see if it's the right place for you to invest your money for better returns. Let's check it out.
Welcome to MoneyUnshackled.com, the investment channel and website that sets you and your finances free. This is Andy, I'm Ben, and if you like what we say, hit the like button and click subscribe.
If you choose to invest in LendingWorks, then feel free to use the link in the description below. If you use it and invest at least £1,000, you'll receive a £50 bonus, which is a great kickstart to your investing. Let's get into the video.
What is LendingWorks? As with any other peer-to-peer lending platform, they simply remove the need for a bank. They connect people that want to borrow money with people that want to lend money, such as the likes of us. Of course, they don't just connect you, they facilitate the whole process. So as an investor, you can just sit back, relax, and watch that sweet interest roll in.
LendingWorks may not be as well known as some of the other peer-to-peer platforms, such as Funding Circle and Zopa, as they only launched in 2014. But that's not to say that it's not a great peer-to-peer platform. In fact, I've been so impressed by LendingWorks that it has become one of the platforms that I trust my money to. You can invest through a standard account or an ISA, which of course is our preferred account type.
What rates do LendingWorks offer? They offer two very simple investment choices, either a 3-year investment or a 5-year investment. They promote the 3-year rate to those that want more flexibility, which pays 5% per annum.
And if you want the higher rate of 6.5% per annum, you will need to go with their 5-year term. Don't forget that if you use our link, you get a £50 bonus. Of course, 3 years is not particularly flexible in our opinion, especially when compared to other peer-to-peer websites. But none of this matters if you can withdraw your money early, which we'll get to shortly.
Are your investments protected? This, in our opinion, is where LendingWorks stands out from the crowd. They protect your money with something that they call the shield. We haven't seen anything as extensive elsewhere.
Bear in mind that peer-to-peer investments are not covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme, so any internal protection is very welcome. We should say that without FSCS protection, your money is never completely safe.
The shield has a few components. Firstly, there is an insurance element that protects you should the borrower default for certain reasons, such as loss of employment, accident, and sickness or death.
Then there is the reserve fund, which is a big pile of cash that will pay you should the borrower default. If the reserve fund becomes depleted, then LendingWorks could declare a pooling event, which would spread your risk across every loan on their books.
They even have other ways to protect you, which you can read for yourself on the risk management section of their website. But to summarise, we would feel extremely safe putting our money into LendingWorks.
Who are you lending to? It's very important to understand who you are lending to. Why? Because this piece of information tells you the amount of risk that you are taking on.
You may have seen what seem to be extraordinary rates of return on other peer-to-peer websites in the region of 12% or more. They can offer this or often fail to, in many cases, because they are willing to lend to very risky borrowers, many of which will default, causing you as an investor to lose your investment.
Thankfully, LendingWorks are very transparent in whom they lend to. In fact, they are very transparent in many of the aspects of their activities. We can see that almost 100% of the loans are to individuals. Personally, this doesn't matter too much to us, but business loans are meant to be considered riskier. Funding Circle specialises in business loans, for instance.
We can also see what the loans are being used for and the age of the borrowers, amongst other things. They have a very detailed statistics page, which we encourage you to check out if you do choose to invest. If you have a lot of time on your hands, you could also take a gander over the full loan book.
Can you access your money early? The answer is yes, with two big caveats. Firstly, there needs to be other lenders that are willing to take on the loans from you, which is pretty standard across other peer-to-peer platforms. And secondly, for a fee of 0.6%. which is disappointing considering other peer-to-peer platforms such as Funding Circle don't charge a thing.
Perhaps charging a small fee is actually helpful to us as investors in that it creates stability across the platform. Under certain negative market conditions, we can see a situation in which everybody would want to sell, and this would create cash flow problems in terms of accessing your money. Charging a small fee, we speculate, would prevent this. LendingWorks brag that they have a withdrawal time of 1 day, which is impressive compared to some other peer-to-peer platforms. For instance, with Funding Circle, we have had some difficulty sometimes in withdrawing money as and when we needed it.
What about repayments? A feature we like is the ability to choose what happens with interest repayments. You can choose to reinvest everything, withdraw everything, or even withdraw the interest but reinvest the capital.
How long is my money idle? A problem with many peer-to-peer websites is that your money often sits idle for long periods before it is drip-fed into the market and can be invested. Well, LendingWorks are very transparent about this and tell you on your dashboard the estimated lead time for your money to be matched to loans. This is currently between 1 and 7 days, which is reasonable.
What does everyone else think? Before doing anything these days, you should check out reviews, and LendingWorks has sensational reviews as we expected.
Question of the day: will you be investing through LendingWorks? Let us know in the comments below.
Thanks for watching! On this channel we talk a lot about personal finance, investing and all things money. And if you want to see more great content, please click the subscribe button below.
This is MoneyUnshackled.com. See you next time.